Hello, welcome to a new unboxing and quick testing. Today will be a new micro-size quadcopter including FPV features. So as you maybe know, I already reviewed two of such models, the JJRC H9D and the Spy Hawk-Eyes HM1315. So now today will be the new JJRC H9D. Okay, there are two versions. One is chip with a camera of 0.3 megapixel of resolution. This is this model, and there is also a more HD camera with announced to be 2 million of pixels. So what you will find in this box. Okay, so you have different color, you have a gold one and silver. I received the silver edition, so here is the quadcopter. So basically what you will find a micro-size quadcopter. So if you want to know exact dimension in diagonal of motors, so there are something like 23 centimeters, so well, motor post to motor post is 25. Okay, so this is a 250 millimeters category size. Okay, so what you will find, this quadcopter, okay, taking the shape of a kind of aliens, I don't know exactly, and well, as you already see, I already mode to point the antenna vertically. I like to do that to favorize the horizontal propagations, okay, to increase the horizontal range. Okay, so here is the quadcopter. Okay, in plastic, well, medium quality plastic, not extraordinary, and we will find the blue LEDs on rear and red LEDs on front. Okay, so this is like the JJRC H5C. You have the same kind of battery bay, okay, and you can mount on it the camera module. Okay, this one is broadcasting in real time some video live transmission. So I will return in a few instants on this quadcopter. What also you will find this radio control. Okay, so this one is including in tiny LCD display. Okay, you have two shoulder buttons. Okay, and all the panel one are fake, and you have also some trim buttons. You have also this 4.3 inch monitors. Okay, so it's exactly the same type of model that the two former models, the JJRC H9D and the HM1315. So the novelty here, you have to connect the monitors on the small input of the text. It means that you only need to feed the radio to power both the radio and the monitor. So you need 6 AA batteries to feed everything. So basically when you start, you will recognize the same stuff of the other model. So a power indicator of the signal quality, and a view recording to take pictures and to go up and down in the sub menu. Okay, so well, the LCD display is quite standard. You have also the indication of the signal of, well, the battery level, in fact. Okay, and the novelty here is to access, for example, to the different speed mode. You have 3 speed mode. You have to press the vertical left trim button. So by default you are in lower position, but if you press 1 you are in intermediate. You can hear 2 beep, and if you press again you will hear 3 beep and you will see a H display. So you are in expert mode, and if you press twice, now I'm returning in beginner mode. Only 1 beep is emitted. Okay, so well, the two shoulder buttons are used to, well, control the light effects. For example, if you press a long time this left shoulder button, you will have the main LEDs, front LEDs will start to flash. Okay, and this right shoulder button is more to control the light sequence of the rear LEDs. Okay, so it's an interesting features. What I can say about this transmitter, well, I found that the power cord here can sometimes pop up very easily, so you have to be aware that and it's sometimes hard to make the connection. You can start to work because there is a bad connection. Maybe my model is not very well designed, but be aware, I found that you can may encounter some problem there. As you already see, also mode the antenna of the monitors in order to increase the video range. Okay, basically to favorize also the horizontal plane for the video link. Okay, so what also you will find bags with 4 different props as pair. Okay, they are quite standard. It's the same model that any 250mm brushed quadcopter model. It's the same than the double toy V222, V212, and so on. You will find an USB charging cable ending with a micro LOSI connector. Okay, because the quadcopter is shipped with the 500 milliamps. If I can extract the batteries, so you have enough. Okay, you have a battery and 650 milliamps per hours. Okay, in 1S format, ending with micro LOSI connector, and the battery scale something like 18 grams. Okay, so basically without any I can also adjust the battery, so it's very easy to, you have to push back and you can retrieve the camera module. The camera module itself is scaling something like 18 grams, if I'm not wrong. Okay, 18.2 grams. So basically this model of camera module is working on the 2.4 gigahertz band. Okay, it's not on 5.8, but it's not a Wi-Fi protocol based. It's a digital modulation for sure, but it's not Wi-Fi based. So it means that you have much less latency, especially in close distance. But when you go above 30-50 meters, the frame rate drops to 13 frames per second. Okay, this model is including a micro SD card. Okay, so it means that you can record the video, the in-flight video via this port. Okay, unfortunately, you cannot record the live FPV by the SD card. This module is used only to play back after any recorded video sequence. You cannot have both. Either, for example, if I can compare, here is the HM1315. Okay, quite similar with the H9D. Okay, similar in size, etc. So they are also sharing the same time of video, exactly the same module of video transmission inside the same chip. But with this model, you can record the FPV live. Okay, so the transmitted video. So it's another option. So I will say that the H9D is more dedicated to anyone who wants to record a video, to have a video platform, okay, but to want to know which part of the scene is focused on, so he can control the scene focus by the real-time monitor. So I think it's even more interesting with the 2 megabytes camera version, which will appear soon. Okay, so in order to compare, for example, here is the HM1315, so they are quite similar, and the JJRC H9D. So all the camera modules are the same. Inside you have exactly the same chip inside, so you will recognize more or less the same type of 2.4 gigahertz antenna. Okay, this is a foiled antenna to improve the video links, and the HM got exactly the same type also, but it's more in this sense. Good news also, as you can see, I already equipped the HM with the wide lens version. So it's this camera module, camera lens is exactly the 808-16 lens D model. And well, the exact mount is 6.5 millimeters with a pitch of 0.3. And the good news is the same lens can be installed on this camera module. Okay, you will have to disassemble to remove the forescrew there to access to the lens, and you can unscrew gently the current lens and to screw the wide lens version. So so this is a good news. The less good news that with this model you cannot tune the orientation of the lens, so it's pointing more with an angle of 15 degrees, I will say 15-20 degrees, yes, in direction of the ground. So well, for me it's not a really good choice, because since the quadcopter is already moving forward, it means that you will even more focus on the ground. Okay, so in this sense, I prefer the choice of the HM, which got an orientable lens for these cases. So I think it's a better option to have such one. So if I'm returning now to the, after describing the camera module, okay, including a SD card writer and reader, well, this quadcopter itself, if I can scale, for example, it's quite light. Okay, without, well, I will reintroduce the batteries. So you have a lot of space in there. It's the same battery bay that the JJRC H5C, for example. So exactly the same type of compartment. So ending with micro LOSI. So if I can scale, I will use this box star. Okay. So without the camera module, the quadcopter is scales 113 grams. Okay. One word about the motors. They are 8.5 millimeters by 20. They are coreless motors. Okay, it's classic here. Well, so they are the biggest coreless motor you can find on the market, 8.5 millimeters. Well, the bad news, there's no ball bearings installed. It's a simple oil bushing model, and the diameters, the dimension of such oil bushing are 3 millimeters for the inner diameters, 6 for the outers, and 2 millimeters of wings. So they are not the same model of ball bearing that the JJRC H5C, for example. So, but I think, if I'm not wrong, they are the same model that the double toed V212, for example. Well, at least the former editions. What I can say about the quadcopter is, well, I will make a small demo flight, but it's a very nice model in terms of flight. So if I can finish the scale process, so I will reattach the camera module. So it's very easy. You have just two clips like this, and it's attached, and you have to plug here the camera module. So with the camera install is close to 131 grams, so more or less the same that the HM1315, if I can scale to compare. Okay, just a few grams more. Okay, but this one got the fit. So if I can install the fit, it's provided two fit. You have two clips on it. So okay, just like this. Just have to push like this to insert and to push. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now the quadcopter is close to 142 grams. Okay. And if you want, you have also with, it's a nice feature, some props guard. Each of them scales 3.4 grams. So it adds close to the total weight will be close to 155 grams, if I'm not wrong. So okay, just to give you an idea, so 156 grams, so it's quite heavy in my point of view. Well, with such motors like the JJRC H5C, got a concern, well, about the longevity, the durability of the motors. You know, with such weight, I'm afraid that the motors won't endure a long times. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but okay, I'll just raise a caution about this. And well, if you're interested by such model, I strongly advise to stock at least 2 spare motors, one clockwise and one counterclockwise. Okay, it's my advice. What I can say about the internal part of the JJRC, well, the video RF chips, I said, is a digital module working on 2.4 GHz. And about the flying controlling board, it's ultra classic. So you have an Evansense 6050 for the 6-axis stabilization and gyroscope and accelerometers. The main core unit is a clone of Minizan 55 ZAN, if I'm not wrong, the HL004. And well, the radio frequency chip is an XN297, which is a clone of the NRF 24 L01. I was not able to bind this quadcopter with any existing protocol I can access, so it's not working with the so-called V2X2 protocol, the Skywalker, or the CIMA protocol. So, well, it's a new protocol. I hope that they work on the radio protocol to minimize the interferences between the 2.4 GHz link for the radio and the 2.4 GHz video link with the monitor. So I guess they work a bit on this radio protocol to not have too much interferences. So basically I will make a small demo flight. Okay, so maybe I will change the sense of the batteries. The battery takes approximately 40-50 minutes to charge. Okay, so of course you can use any professional charger. I strongly advise to use a more better one than this USB charging cable. Okay, sometimes I cannot clip correctly. I don't know why it's not entering correctly. Okay, it's okay. So, well, I've got a small drawbacks about. Well, the HM got a switch, which is very useful because you have just to enter the batteries and to start to turn on or off your quadcopter when you want. Here, you don't have such, so it means that you have first to plug your quadcopter. Okay. Okay. After to install the and to lock the battery bay. Okay, like this. And after you have to turn off the radio. Okay, so as you can see, as the HM or this JJRC 630, the video link is just excellent. Okay, no latency, especially in a close distance. Well, the digital 2.4 GHz link is working very efficiently. So basically, this button is to record with the inboard camera. There is no specific link. Notice that when you are recording, the latency is increased, so the real-time video transmission frame rate is dropping a bit. Okay, and but the field of view of this camera is quite narrow, something like 60 degrees. As I said previously, you can install a wide lens because it's very important if you plan to fly indoors, for example, because with such narrow field of view, it's very hard, in my opinion. So the good news, you can install a wide lens, okay. And if I stop the video transmission, the video link is much better. So, well, as the other versions. the frame rate is decreasing versus distance. So if I still have something like 30 frames per second, well, maybe 25 in close range distance, as far I go, the frame rate is dropping. So I will make also a very funny demonstration. For example, with this module, okay, the frame rate is okay, but if I'm turning in the same time the video module of the Cherson, which sharing the same frequency band, you will see that both cameras are broadcasted, but if you can make a small demonstration, both the video link are completely slowing down, okay? It very significative of digital transmission, because if you were in analogic, it won't happen such event because there is no backlink to the video transmitter. Okay, so it seems that both the monitor are lost when the two are turning on. So basically, it's bad news because you can have two models like this flying in the same time. Well, at least you cannot have the two video link in the same time. So this is a bad news. Well, it's true for the Cherson and the HM module. So I will stop this module, but it was an interesting experiment. So basically now when I turn off the video link, now is perfectly good. And I will make a small demo flight. So to calibrate the quadcopter, you have to push the bow stick in a lower right position and you will see the quadcopter flashing fast, okay? And it's okay. So basically I am in lower mode, okay? And I will start to fly. And as you can see, the video link is quite good. The yaw rate is good. Very stable. So now I am in intermediate mode. I will record the button. You have this beep when your battery, the transmitter battery is getting low. So when your battery is getting low, you have such a beep. So I will end this small demo. One other concern, when you have such a system to feed everything, I found that the battery is dying fast. So I think you have to use some rechargeable NEMH battery to save your bill of batteries. Okay, so I will end this small unboxing. I will conclude about this new JJRC model. And basically, there are some good points and negative points, of course. So I will start with the negative points. I will compare to the Cherson, to the HM1315. I think if this model will have an orientable lens, it will have much better. If also have some ball bearing installed, it will reduce the friction of the motors and probably increase the life longevity. Other concern, a switch will have been also a big plus. Okay, but what I like in this model, as we will see in the outdoors video, is the flying characteristics and the range control. Okay, so the range is quite good. I think they work on the radio protocol to increase the range. I didn't suffer any loss to radio link cut within a range of 50-60 meters, so it's working efficiently. The video link is good, as good as the other model. Okay, and actually with the 0.3 megapixel model, the recording file are in VGA resolution. Okay, so 680 by 640 by 480s. Okay, and this is I think this kind of model are dedicated more for people who want to have a first introduction to FPV. It's not really an FPV model. Why? Because the frame rate is dropping versus the distance, so it's not very is not really good. But I think this kind of model is more dedicated to people who want to know which part of the video scene they are filming. So they can have, and they can check that, they can control that thanks to the monitors. Of course, you have some basic mode to do as the other model. For example, to install a sunshade, okay, because on the normal daylight you can't see anything, to be honest. You need to install, you can mode one with a piece of papers and like this, and to install your one. The second mode I will do immediately is to install a wide lens on this camera. Okay. Third part I will do is, as I already did, is to drill in a small hole in the canopy or on the LCD monitors to exit the antenna to increase a little bit the range. Okay, so this is and the fourth one I will install this model is to install some ball bearings. Okay, so it's not perfect out of the box. You need some tiny modifications. Okay, so I will continue to post some video about this quadcopter with more some outdoors actions. Okay, so don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, and if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Bye bye.